All right, guys, this is a treat. We don't see a lot of customs from Brian Nadeau. I mean, they're out there. I've shown several of them here on the channel, but they're not an everyday occurrence. And most of the mini typhoons that you see or the typhoons that you see are the production runs. And there's nothing wrong with those ones at all. But it is kind of nice when you get to handle a custom one. So here's Brian's contact information. If you are so inclined, you can reach out to him. Again, like I said, he doesn't do a lot of the customs today. This one's older. I don't have a specific date or anything on it, but it's a cool one that came from my friend Joseph. This is the Mini Typhoon Custom. It has a unique kind of upswept clip point blade, if I can talk. Titanium scales, bronzed hardware, S90V blade steel with a 0.5 micron mirror polished edge that was put on by Joseph, the owner. I don't think I'm really going to be able to convey that edge to you guys, but it is super crazy and crazy sharp. Kind of see it there. Video doesn't do it justice. The knife itself is nice. It's kind of plain, like there's nothing really fancy about it, so to speak. What's very cool or unique is the pocket clip and the way it attaches to the scales. So it kind of goes through that hole. And then if we look on the inside, it comes in and it turns, and then it gets sandwiched between the backspacer and the scale. I don't know if there's a screw holding it on. I'm guessing there's a screw, and then the backspacer goes on, and then the scales go together. I don't know for sure, but I have never seen that type of pocket clip before. Now, for me personally, I could do without the speed holes, the whatnot. The texturing, I think, on the scales is great. Like I said, titanium scales, bronzed hardware. The pocket clip kind of ties in with the blade and the lock bar insert / over travel stop. Looks cool, and it's kind of cut in. Let's see if I can get the light there a little bit more. So you can see there's a ledge here in the scale that the lock bar insert kind of goes into when you're unlocking. I think that's very cool little detail. It's a little extra work, but it looks very clean and functions fantastic. This thing fires like a rocket. Like I've tried, and only one time was I able to misfire it. The lightest little pull of that flipper tab, and it's going. I think I was doing it kind of upside down like this when it misfired. But even now, the lightest of strokes of the flipper tab, and it's firing out. And if you go at it normal, it comes out like a rocket. Feels great in the hand. I know this is one that Joseph uses quite a bit and carries. I think this is a perfect custom EDC. A lot of the knives that I have and some of my friends have and things like that are fancier customs, if you will, that you may not want to carry every single day. This one is a custom that I would have no problem carrying every single day. Here is a fancy custom that I love, and I do carry it, but I don't carry this one as often as others. Partially because the pocket clip is a little big. The flipping action's okay. But I just don't want to carry this one too often and mess it up. Okay. Another custom that I carry quite a bit is this Red Horse Knife Works Hellraiser. The other one was also. This one's a little less fancy, so it gets carried a lot more. I think it just works better in the pocket with the pocket clip the way it is and things like that. But this one is great user carry if you want to carry a custom and still use it. I like to carry things that I like. Here it is with the Sharpie. And I'm going to go completely out of order here because I didn't even give you guys any specs. But here's the Spyderco Delica. Since we pulled out the Hellraiser, here it is with the Hellraiser. And another, custom, the VC Edge interface. This is a super fancy one, and it gets carried a lot as well. I like to carry nice things. I like to carry things that are a little bit fancy because it just makes me feel good inside when I carry it. All right, so some specs on this, if you have waited around for that. 4.5 inches closed, 8 inches overall, 3.5 inch blade, weighs in at 4.3 ounces, CPM S90V, as I said. Nice hand rub satin on the blade, and runs on bearings. Also, Brian Nadeau has his detent nub. It's not a detent ball. I don't know if it's going to show up on camera. Let's take a peek and see if we can show that. Not really. So instead of being a detent ball, it's a detent nub. Holtz, the Holtz started using something very similar. It's more of a ramp. So it kind of it has a little bit of a different feel. I can't really... I'll have to do another video. Maybe we'll take something apart that has that, or I'll get some pictures of the nubs and really be able to explain that a little better. But if you know, you know. So there you go. Let me know what you think about Sharp by Design in general. A lot of Brian's designs I like, I appreciate, but I don't know, even though I really do like this one, I don't know that I need to own one. I've had the opportunity to get some of the production Typhoons and Evo Typhoons and things like that, and I like them, but they're not something that I need to own. I can still appreciate them without owning them, and I think that's totally okay and justified. And even with this one I like probably. This one is probably one of the Brian Nadeau's that I would own more likely than any of the other ones I've ever talked about. So for what it's worth, there you go. That's my thoughts. And let me know your thoughts down below. I think I have a Sharp by Design playlist I'll put up in the corner.